Hello, this is Demetria Clark, the director of Heart of Herbs Herbal School, and you're listening to the Heart of Herbs Herbal School podcast. This is the first of a 10-part series that we're going to be doing about 10 spring herbs you need to know and fall in love with. First and foremost, make sure that you properly identify everything before you use it or harvest it. It's really important that we protect plant stands, so please make sure that you are not harvesting a protected or endangered plant for your region, your state, your country, wherever you are. It's really important that we remember that. It is our job to protect plant stands as herbalists. And if we don't have the herbs, we don't have the medicine. It's really an easy cycle to keep in motion as long as we're respectful and we follow the rules. So look, don't ever take more than you need, and don't pick a bunch of stuff and then ask people on the internet to identify it for you. Identify it before you do any of that stuff. If that was you and you feel, oh my gosh, they're singling me out, listen, we all do silly things when we're first learning. That is the point of learning, to not make those mistakes again. It's also really important that you use a good regional field guide, take some plant walks with your local herbalist. There's all kinds of ways that you can learn about the different herbs in your community. Of course, you can always enroll in a course like ours, but there are also great regional resources through botanical gardens, state and federal parks, libraries. There's all kinds of good places to learn. So let's get started. The first herb we're going to talk about is dandelion. Okay, let's do a deep dive on our next herb, number 2. So number 2 is stinging nettle, Urtica dioica. If dandelion is my first love, stinging nettle is my most deeply respected teacher, because this plant demands that you pay attention. And I find that to be particularly useful in an herb at times. So stinging nettle is called stinging nettle because it will sting you. So it's always good to have gloves on and to be mindful when you're harvesting stinging nettle. Stinging nettle is one of the most nutritionally dense plants that you'll ever work with, extraordinarily high in iron, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and vitamins A, C, and K. This is a superb spring tonic, helping the body to clear out accumulated over the winter buildup and depletion that needs to be fixed and restored. It is one of the classic herbs for allergy support, working with natural antihistamine when used consistently. And this makes it especially timely right now in early spring when the pollen is starting to fly. This herb supports kidney and adrenals, the lymphatic system, and has a long tradition of use as a tonic for fatigue and nutritional deficiency. So there is a lot of significant research supporting it for prostate health in men. Where do you find stinging nettle? Stinging nettle is usually pretty easy to find in the springtime. It loves moist, rich soil, so you can find it often along stream banks, edges of woods, in disturbed areas with good fertility near homesteads, shaded gardens. And it grows throughout the United States, but it's most abundant in the Pacific Northwest, the Northeast, and Upper Midwest. How to harvest. Bring gloves. I cannot stress this enough. Wear gloves. Long sleeves are also not a bad idea. Harvest only the top third of the young shoots and a few sets of the leaves. For nettle, harvest just the top third of the stalk and pull off the leaves wearing gloves to avoid the sting. Once the nettle is cooked, steamed, or dried, the sting will completely deactivate. You can also wilt it in boiling water. Young spring nettle is absolutely delicious, sauteed in butter with garlic, added to soups and stews, blended into pestos, dried for tea. You can add it to like quiche dishes, bread. There's all kinds of things that you can add nettle to. The drying window for the most medicinally potent nettle is early spring before the plant flowers. So it is one of these plants that you're definitely going to want to learn more about. It's nutritious. It is a challenge to harvest, so that can also make it fun. And just really learn more about what this herb can do for you. It's pretty safe and nutritious for most people. So it's going to be something that most people can use in their daily life. It is often used in pregnancy for additional nutritional support. It's great for little kids to add to their food and their teas and stuff like that. So you can definitely have a lot of fun with it. So Thank you so much for listening. This is number 2 in our series about herbs you can find in the spring. My name is Demetria Clark, and I'm the director of Heart of Herbs Herbal School. Please like, please follow. It's always good for us to know what people like and don't like so we can help give you more content that's useful to you. You want to learn more about our programs, visit heartofherbs.com, and definitely feel free to call or email if you have any questions. We're always there to help. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.